What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric, and today we have one of the rarest Washburn 333 DIMEBAG signatures in-house today. This is a 2001 Trendkill model, which is modeled to look like DIMEBAG's USA Trendkill, which he used for a little while in the later years of Pantera. And there was around 200 of these that were made, and 20 of them are actually a little bit different. And this is one of those 20, apparently. It's allegedly 20. I'm not 100% sure. It's just what I've heard from some of the DIMEBAG guys, that there's around 20 of these. But if you're from Washburn and know how many of these got out, let me know. It's so special because it's an alien back, and this is what Dime had on his actual USA Trendkill as well. And you know, the skull just kind of looks like Dime with the red beard and everything. Super cool that you have this camouflage print all over the guitar. It's super sick. Yeah, even on the headstock and everything. It's awesome. My buddy just picked it up and he was like, hey, just work your magic on it and bring this thing to life because it's been sitting for a bit. Let's try and get a close-up of the fingerboard here. Yeah, and it's hard to see on camera, but you know, that and the frets and the strings, they've been sitting a while. They're pretty rough. And I'm gonna do a few other mods to this guitar too, which you're gonna see in just a minute here, and really address some of my gripes that I have with these import Washburn DIMEBAG Darrell signature models. Now, these guitars were around $1,200 to $1,500 brand new back when they were first released, and my only gripe with them is honestly, like, yeah, sure, I mean, technology and like availability changed throughout the years, but I mean, you know, a licensed Floyd Rose, you know, sometimes they're hit and miss, and just no-name pickups from the factory, like, especially now when you have a lot of the DIMEBAG signature models where, at least before the whole lawsuit happened, like a lot of the mid-grade DIMEBAG signature guitars, they came with like the Dimebucker and the 59 in the neck, or at least the Dean from Hell had the Bill Lawrence in the bridge and had a super distortion in the neck just like Dime had his. And I just really wish Washburn would have done that when they were releasing these guitars. But nonetheless, we're going to do a little bit of mods, a new bridge pickup, and we're going to do a few other mods as well that you're going to see in this. And yeah, we're going to get this thing ripping real good. So stay tuned, we're going to hop right into ripping this guitar apart, cleaning it up, making it look nice, and then we're going to hear how this thing sounds. Here we go. Alright, guitar is essentially like kind of all cleaned up, at least the moving parts are all cleaned up. That's the first thing you want to do as soon as you get all those strings off, especially when you have a Floyd Rose guitar. You really want to hit all those contact points. Anything that moves, you want to lubricate and clean it up, because if not, it will seize and you will have to replace it. And as I've shown you before, that 3-in-1 oil goes so far, you know, it can actually act as a bit of a cleaner in some ways, but I mean, you don't want to use that as your actual cleaner. I mean, I'm just using that on the metal just, you know, to get it all over and make sure everything's going to move. But you know, you don't have to use a lot to get far. So the next thing we're going to do is just kind of change the bridge pickup here. The neck pickup is kind of fine. The Washburn 600 series pickups they're pretty okay. The neck pickup is fine, you know, it'll get you by, especially if you don't really are not like too particular with your lead tone. You know, and especially right now, it's kind of hard to find, like, at least in Canada anyways, it's kind of hard to find some pickups on the market anyways that are reverse zebra, believe it or not. And a lot of the DIMEBAG sets that I've found and sourced, they all have the black 59 neck pickup, which is, you know, not what Darrell had in his. You want to keep your guitar kind of to what Dime had, you know, different strokes for different folks, but we're going to keep this one in here now, and maybe later on the road when we can find a reverse zebra neck pickup or a bridge pickup that we're going to throw in the neck, then we'll put it in here, I think. But otherwise, we're going to throw this guy in here. This is a Wild pickups, you know, Bill Lawrence XL500, chrome housing and everything. We're going to toss this guy in here and it's going to look sick and it's going to sound sick. And here we go. So if you're getting your first DIMEBAG guitar here, Little known fact that Daryl had his bridge pickup wired to the second volume pot. That's because whenever you know, he's playing hard, sometimes by accident, you know, you can hit the volume that would be right here. The first one, you know, especially if you're playing hard and your hand's flying around, so to avoid rolling your bridge pickup volume down, wiring it to the back is a good solution, and you can still have your guitar looking pretty sweet. Neck pickup was always wired to the top, and then we're gonna also disconnect the tone knob because that is also a thing that Daryl had on his guitars too, no tone knobs as well. Whether it made a difference or not in tone, not too sure, but we're gonna keep it pretty iconic here. All right, and a quick way to test to make sure you're gonna get the right wire out of here. I have the bridge pickup loose, as you guys saw. I'm just gonna pull on it, and it is pulling the black wire, so that is indeed the wire I need to cut here. I'm not gonna cut right at the wire because I need to actually cut from, I need to get rid of some of these wires from the volume pot as well. So I'm just gonna cut them as well instead of heating up the soldering iron for this one. I'll just have to solder them later, but if you know what you have to cut, just know what goes where and then just follow your new wiring diagram. You know, this is not gonna give you like that Dimebucker or that Bill Lawrence XL500 sound that Daryl was kind of known for going for. Wild pickups are pretty available, and the Dimebucker as well. You're gonna find yourself up creek without a paddle, more or less, trying to find those old gray wire Bill Lawrences. And you know, I have a couple buddies who bought them and they turned out to be dead as soon as I bought them. So, you know, a little bit of buyer beware, and if you want something consistent, just grab a Wild pickup or get a Duncan Dimebucker and you'll be good to go. So I'll throw this in, throw the new guy in, and we'll be on our way here. And to cut the tone, down here where my Allen wrench is pointing, those come off the tab and get soldered together and just taped off just so they don't touch anything. It's easy, super easy. Alright, and here is the Washburn Trendkill in all of its glory, all brought back to life here. We got the Bill Lawrence XL500 in the bridge. We got the stock Washburn neck pickup here, which sounds pretty fine. You know, if your budget only allows you to switch out one of the pickups, you're going to be fine with keeping the neck pickup, but definitely switch out that bridge pick to either a Dimebucker or a Wild XL500. Fretboard looks way better, yeah, and it's, you know, that classic, it's very 2000s, very 90s even, like this camo print, you know, it's super sick. And obviously the best part about this guitar here, we get the alien back. Not all the Washburn Trendkills had the alien back, and I'm very fortunate to be able to try this one, or at least have this one on video for you guys here, because this is a very rare piece of Dimebag signature guitar history. Yeah, very cool. Again, if you know how many of these were actually made, let me know in the comments below, because I would like to know, because it seemed like there was just a giant mix of these things and no one really knew what was going on. There's a lot of, like, through the grapevine you find these things, but yeah, if there's someone who knows like an actual number of how many of these alien backs were made, let me know, because I'd love to hear it. What we're going to do now, we're going to just go straight into my Rev Generator 120. We're going to be on the purple channel. We're going to go between the purple and the red channel. It both sounds great. You'll see on screen here what I have it set up to for both channels here. And yeah, straight into the interface. I'm going to go between a couple different IRs. I'm going to go between just my normal IR, and then we're going to go between either a Randall Jaguar speaker, which is what Daryl used in the early days of Pantera, and then we're going to go towards like an Eminence Legend kind of deal, which is what he used in the Damage Plan era, just so you guys can hear how this guitar sounds through many different contexts. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, so that pretty well wraps things up for the Washburn 333 Dimebag Signature. This is the Trendkill. Once again, this is a rare one from 2001. Excellent guitar, especially because it has the alien back. Very cool, not many of them are made. And yeah, if you liked any of parts of this video, let me know in the comments below what you liked. If you like this guitar, if you've never seen one before, let me know in the comments below too, because not a lot of people have these things apparently, even though they are a Korean import guitar, you know, they just didn't make a lot of them, just like the culprit. And if you learned something new in this video, like whether it was setting up or what I usually like to do when I fix guitars as well, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this kind of video, toss it a like. You know, I'm asking you guys to do a lot here, but yeah, just if you like this stuff, let me know, because I like making it, I like sharing it with you guys. As I've said before, like, I get rare guitars like this sometimes, and I like to share it with you guys because every guitar has its own unique story. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you love all the Pantera content that I do. Guitar setups included, as well as covers and even guitar comparisons between Washburns, Deans, and all that good stuff. And if you like all the other things I do as well, consider subscribing. There's going to be a ton more videos coming with Dimebag related and non-Dimebag related as well. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.